Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Anaheim Ducks High School Hockey League here on CIH Media. Tonight, it's a Varsity Division III matchup. The Inland Empire United Wolverines take on the Bishop Amat Lancers. We're so glad you could join us on this Friday night in October. Happy Halloween coming up, everybody, in just a couple of days. My name is Eric Pesolano. That's Doug Peacock. I have done that one other time. You've seen the video, and I caught myself in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I know who I am.
Yeah.
It's been a long week.
Yeah, you're not a relative, so I know.
Yeah. Our names are close in the alphabet. No. Anyway, Doug, interesting matchup here between these two teams. Inland Empire comes in 8-1. Bishop Amat is 0-5, but the last time these two teams met, it wasn't that big of a difference.
No, and, the Lancers can always, bring up their dander and play a good game. So this is a kind of a local rivalry. Both teams play out in the Inland Empire, practice out there, I should say. So, yeah, it's just, I think there's a little bit more here than just a hockey game between these two. They want to prove something here. So watch out for Bishop Amat.
Certainly racking up the frequent driver miles.
Yes,
coming
to Irvine.
They said jumping on the toll road to come down here to Irvine for this game here tonight. We're at Great Park Ice in Irvine, Cal. Knights win over the Ducks out in the desert. But nevertheless, we'll get ready for this one here as Austin Lima gets ready to take the opening draw against Calvin Ruggiero. And Ruggiero wins it back. We're going to talk a lot about number 58 in white. He has just been an absolute juggernaut this season. Here's Wyatt Dryman, who gets a backhand shot on net to start things here just in the first quarter of a minute. And it was turned aside by Alex Salvatierra, who is in net tonight for the Lancers. Comes in with a 6.67 goals against average. Has stopped 75% of the shots he's faced, but he's 1 for 1 here tonight. John Ruggiero sends it over to the far side for Preston Flanders, who wants to move it on the back wall, and the Lancers clear it away. This is going to go for icing here just 40 seconds in. I mentioned the last time these two teams played. It was a few weeks ago right here on this sheet of ice, as a matter of fact. Inland Empire won the game 3-0, so Amat hung tough with their defense in that game. Obviously didn't come away with a goal, but sometimes matchups can make all the difference. Face-off win for the Wolverines in the offensive zone. Here's Liu with a shot. That one turned away in front by Salvatierra. In between the zone, one of the Lancers falls down. It was John Hoven, the sixth, and that shot comes in, and it's a backhand on a loose puck. And I think that might be Kyle Noyes who has the goal. It would be his 5th of the year. And take that back, it's Aiden Pedraza, 28, not 26. Pedraza gets the goal, his 3rd of the year. 5th point, it's 1-0 Wolverines here just a minute in.
Yeah, it looked like the goaltender looked the other way and lost it and didn't realize it was sitting in the crease right behind him. Kind of an easy goal there for the Wolverines.
See how and if they dole out assists. They do. Landon Gallardo and Houston Swyke will get the helpers on the first Wolverine tally of the evening. Wolverines right back to work. Jaden Sano sends it around the wall. Held in one more time by Jeremy Liu. And eventually the Lancers get to it, send it down the ice. That was Austin Lima who let it go. Nick Susamian down there for Bishop Amat. And as Justin Yim played it over far wall, but it was lost by Joshua Joyce. Came out to center and look out. Here comes Gallardo, who just got an assist. Brings it to the offensive end. Here's Pedraza one more time. He's hassled to give it up. And he finds Gallardo underneath. Gallardo turns to the near side wall. Tries to send it down near the end boards, but Jason Andrade is there to intercept, not once but twice. And Justin Yim gets caught into a stick battle along the far wall with Adrian Duran. Into the middle of the zone. Lima tries to sweep it away, but Gallardo picks it up. He's hit into the wall. That'll be a penalty. Easy call there for Norm Catano, our head referee here tonight. And it will be a cross-checking call against the Lancers. It's Austin Lima. And a power play coming up for the Wolverines, who are already on top. Time of the penalty, 2:23 of this opening period. Power play goals have been A little few and far between for this Wolverine team, even though they're 8-1 this year. They've only scored twice on the power play. Calvin Ruggiero has one, Eric Collender the other, as the Lancers clear this one away. Conversely, the Lancers have given up 4 power play goals this season. Here's Calvin Ruggiero, 21 goals this season, and he is taken out at the blue line there. Sticks got tangled. He looked for a call, didn't get it. He was almost high-load, bringing it into the zone. Barone with Ruggiero. Bit of a hip check as this one is sent in front by Luke Tanner, but it's blocked. Brody Roderasio holds it in. Sano battling against Casey Brooks underneath. Those two get tangled up. Tanner runs into Brooks, and his teammate comes out and backhands one toward the cage. It's a save for Salvatierra. Sano had to get back up because he was taken out on that play by Tanner. And Salvatierra's got his 4th save in 5 tries here in the first 3:15. Face-off win. That shot wide of the cage by John Ruggiero. It was settled down by Dryman, who got taken out in front of the net. This one is sent up by Susamian to clear the zone. Carson McDonald will let it go by. Carson McDonald, by the way, 1.75 in the goals against average category this year. Giving up 14 goals and 159 shots. He's been very good for the Wolverines this season. 91% in the save category amongst the leaders in all the varsity divisions. 35 to go on the power play. Flanders brings it ahead. 1 against 2. Tries to get a shot away, but the blue jersey is able to converge just in time.
Lancers doing a good job of boxing him out.
Yeah, they are clogging the middle pretty well. And that's what ultimately ended up resulting in that first goal. But in front, here's a shot by Flanders. And, oh, it was loose. Salvatierra could not cover it, and Pedraza has his second.
And just as I said, they were boxing him out of those shooting lanes. The Wolverines find a hole and get it past the goaltender. 2-0 now.
Like Gallardo got the first shot on goal there. And the rebound came right to Pedraza, who was able to bury it again on a loose puck in front. So Gallardo's going to get another assist. He's got a 2-point night. And we'll see who they give the other assist to, if there indeed will be one. But the time of the goal, 4:09 of this first period.
And don't believe the Lancers of Bishop Vermont have yet to register a shot yet.
They have not. You are correct, sir. Well, they didn't give Gallardo an assist. I thought he deserved one, but they're going to give it instead to Dryman and Flanders on the power play. Here come the Wolverines again, flipped in front by Gallardo right on the button. Salvatierra turned it away. Can't cover it up, and it goes off the stick of Collender and out to center.
Good scoring and passing opportunity there for the Wolverines.
Salvatierra got the shoulder in front of it, and the rebound popped into a mess of bodies in the middle. The goal, by the way, was a power play goal. First power play goal of the year for Pedraza, 3rd for the team this season. And this one comes in on McDonald. Back the other way as Lima flipped it ahead, so that's his first save.
Kind of a lazy shot coming off the boards, but still had to cover it up. It was hidden behind him if he wasn't there.
And that, my friend, is how you calculate a shot on goal. It's that simple. For those of you who may be newer to the game, shots on goal calculated just the way Doug Peacock described. If it would have went in the net with the goaltender not there, it's a shot on goal.
He has to stop it, not the post, not the net.
It also doesn't mean everything he catches is a shot on goal.
Right.
If it's going to go high, if it's going to go wide, that's a shot attempt. Wolverines again pressuring. This is Pedraza. He loses control after he's bumped, and the Lancers will ice this puck again.
Very quiet crowd tonight for a Friday. Figure the big Halloween parties are this weekend, Eric, they'd start getting a little excited. I see some of the employees here at the rinks are dressed up. So
that is true. And also, don't forget that these people here tonight drove quite a distance to come to this game. They're tired of sitting in that Friday night traffic.
But so did I. It was a breeze coming this way.
Oh, was it? Yeah. It's going north is usually the problem at that time.
You're just laughing at them when you're coming this way.
Sano behind his net. He pushed it over to Luis Miata. He gets it as it came back to him. Got a little bit of room to skate. He will do so out of his own end before he's bumped down by Rodoracio, and it's picked up again by Pedraza. He's got a man wide open, and Brooks on the far side. Sano, though, converges and slaps it off the stick. 10:25 to go, first period. 2-0 Inland Empire United. Aiden Pedraza has both goals. So this play is offside. Kyle Noyes brought it in. His teammate was still in the zone. Didn't see him over on that far side. Face-off win for Amat. But taken back here by the Wolverines in their own zone with John Ruggiero. He's got 5 points of his own this year as this one goes for icing. But it's been his brother who has been the cream of the crop in all of the Anaheim Ducks High School Hockey League. Calvin, I mentioned 21 goals this year. He's got more goals than any other player on a single team. There's one player ahead of him with 24 goals. That's McCown for St. John Bosco, but he's played 5 more games and has played for 2 different teams at Bosco. He's gotten some time on the lower level JV team. Here's Ruggiero, and he fires just wide, right on cue.
And you can see with that release what a shot he has.
Yeah. It'll whistle right by your ears.
And Eric, did you say his last 3 games he's had a hat trick?
His last 2 games, he's had a hat trick. He's got 3 hat tricks this year. And he has scored 2 or more goals in every game he's played this year except for 2. One of them was the first game against Bishop Amat a few weeks ago. He only scored once. Oh, my goodness. The other time he only scored once was against Damien, the only game they've lost. Here's Lima after a turnover, and McDonald hugs the post and doesn't let that one get by. So Calvin has scored in every game this year. 21 goals in 9 games for the Inland Empire United forward.
Those are Connor McDavid numbers.
They really are. And here he comes again. Around Andrade, shoots, and a save by Salvatierra, who tucks it into the elbow. Well, that's 7 saves for Salvatierra here in the first 8:08. Drop the puck to the left of Salvatierra. Hoven won it back. It's still loose in between the 2 face-off circles, but finally swept up and out by Austin Roush. But we'll get an icing call here against the Lancers nonetheless. Fans, you want to watch this one again? You can head to CIH-media.com/premium and become a premium member. For $10 a month or $75 a year, you'll get access to every game we've ever covered here on CIH Media. The last 2 seasons in the ADHSHL and the 2 Vegas showcases we've done. And it's all yours with a premium membership at CIH-media.com/premium today. Loose puck in front, and how about this? Aiden Pedraza is a man on fire in this first period. He's been in the right place at the right time and has buried 3 rebounds for a hat trick of his own just past the halfway mark of the opening period.
And that's a natural hat trick. 3 goals in a row without anyone else scoring from his team or the other. So a natural hat trick.
Somewhere Chuck Lasic's ears are burning.
Uh-oh.
He gets upset when I explain to him what a natural hat trick is. We get one here tonight, and you get to explain it perfectly.
Okay.
I could only hope that he's tuning in.
He's from Chicago. No, it's that Chicago thing. No, that Dennis Savard one did not count as a natural. No.
So a natural hat trick for Aiden Pedraza in the first period. Scored all 3 goals in a 7-minute, 23-second span here in this opening period. And the score now matches what the final score was the last time these 2 teams met. Here's Pedraza. Wants an assist this time. but Swike is turned away by Salvatierra. Loose into the middle U. Now Gallardo. The Wolverines have spent much of the first period in the offensive zone. Lancers have a couple shots on goal, but other than that, it's been mostly clearing it down the ice and getting new troops out there. Hollander turns up ice.
This Wolverines team is very relentless on the offensive attack. They're just go, go, go forward, very north-south.
Tanner able to chip it to Calvin Ruggiero, who wants it in front again. Tanner gets bumped. Andrade over to get it on that far side. He'll play it up off the glass to the Wolverine end for Roderosio. Now Ruggiero brings it back to his own zone. Off the wall to Tanner. They move things up ahead for Adrian Durant. Slams on the brakes. He's got Tanner at the point. Ruggiero shoots, and he lifts that one high. That one had some hair on it, too. Lancers try to get it out of the zone. Roderosio holds, and then able to get to it again, and just keeps it on the blue line to keep this play legal. That
shot is deadly, and it's going to connect if the Lancers don't do something to curtail him.
Those are some of the quickest hands I've seen in this league in a long time. We get an icing call here. You might remember this. I'm gonna make a comparison real quick. His hands are almost as quick as Jacob Ferry, or excuse me, Jacob. I just forgot his name.
Nelson. No, not
Jacob Nelson was one of the best goal scorers.
He had a great release on his shot.
Why can't I just completely lost the kid's last name for Orange Lutheran, who was a teammate of Nelson.
Yes. There was Heller. There was
it was Jacob Heller, Jacob Nelson, both great scorers. It was, I don't know. I'm gonna get a text from somebody who's watching this.
Yeah,
I cannot believe you forgot his name. Are we sure it wasn't Jacob Ferry? Was it Jacob Ferry? Anyway.
I want to say there was Ferry played for Santa Margarita.
Yeah, that was Michael Ferry.
Michael Ferry, right. That's who I'm thinking of.
Don't worry, I'll figure it out.
Yep, you'll get it.
5:40 to go here in the first period. 3-0 in Empire United. It's been all Aiden Pedraza. Noy's going to launch one toward the net. Salvatierra turns it aside. And we're going to have a penalty here. Do we have one each way?
I see
I think we do.
One player going, and the other one's looking a little guilty, skating behind him.
I guess,
they're both going.
They're going to get Yim and Brooks here. So we got a cross-check.
Cross-check on Yim.
On Yim, and roughing on Brooks.
So they'll sit down for a couple of minutes and rethink how they did that. Get out of the whistle. Feel real shame.
11:37 the time of these penalties. There's 2 cross-checking calls against Bishop Amat here in the first period. You're going to laugh, Doug.
Yeah.
Jacob Furry.
Furry, that's it, yes.
Look out in front. Wyatt Dryman with a shot here, and Salvatierra turns it aside. I was a letter off. Yeah, Furry in his career, as this one is held on to by Salvatierra as well. That kid could release the puck at a moment's notice.
There's another player that was the first Orange Lutheran team. He went on to play University of Denver, and then he's transferred to Cornell, and he ended up playing for Cornell. And I'm at loss for his name right now.
Boy, we've done our homework.
It's old age for me, but...
Oh, my goodness. Jacob Furry had 42 goals in 45 games during his illustrious Orange Lutheran career, and he could release it quicker than most of them. That one ripped right off the crossbar by Dryman, and it came right back out to him. Trying to get a little bit of help in front. They chop at it. Can't get it to go. Dryman picks it back up. Comes out to the point for John Ruggiero, who wants to go back to the half wall for Dryman.
Big battle in front of the net, too. Going on in the crease. I think the Lancers are getting a little heated.
Shot through traffic, comes all the way out. And Noyes picks it up here for Inland Empire. He weaves his way through traffic. He's going to, I thought he was going to be able to get a shot away, but at the last moment,
another big
Andrade
hit there.
knocked it away. Yeah, another collision in the corner. Loose up at the point, sent down the ice. And an icing call against Bishop Amat one more time here. With 3:49 to play in this first period, and the Wolverines in command early. Also, fans, don't forget, you can follow CIH Media on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at CIH Media. Go to those same three platforms to follow the ADHSHL at ADHSHL. And for score, stats, schedules, all that information on the league, you can head to ADHSHL.com. Liu tracking it down below his goal line as he is hassled by John Rosenberg. Miata, nice pass into the middle. A bit too strong for Hoven. And it comes loose in traffic, picked up by Collender. Could be a 3-on-1. Turns into a 1-on-none. It's Ruggiero. He scores! Not much else to say for 58 and white. There it is. His streak continues. He's scored in all 10 games this season. It's 4-0 Wolverines.
Definitely showing there why he scored 21, now 22 goals. Good speed, great hands, good patience as well on that one.
He's 22nd of the year for Calvin Ruggiero. Give Eric Collender the assist there on the little mini 3-on-1 break before it turned into a 1-on-none. He's got 5 points now with 2 assists.
I think we'll see Ruggiero in the All-Star game, don't you?
Yeah. I think that's pretty much a given. At least he'll be selected to the All-Star game as he rips this one off the outside of the post. I hear that this one is in front by Ruggiero again, and Salvatierra turned it aside. The All-Star game may fall on the same day of the week as it did last year. Nothing confirmed yet. Nothing confirmed yet, but
that's still a ways off.
We still got some time. For those of you who remember last season, it was on a Sunday. And it fell the week in between the conference championship games and the Super Bowl. So it was Pro Bowl Sunday.
I wonder why it was on that day, Eric.
Couldn't tell you. The other thing I can tell you is it may not be on that exact Sunday again this year. Horacio tripped up on his way to the front of the net. Yim is going to go to the box here for 2 minutes. As we get into the latter stages of this first period, they're going to call him for a hooking, but 2 minutes is 2 minutes is 2 minutes. And another power play here coming up for the Wolverines.
And I believe that's his second penalty, so talk about foul trouble for basketball players. Four penalties and you are out. And if his next penalty is a 2 and a 10, that's his 4. So let's keep an eye on that. Hopefully he'll not get to that 4 number for penalties.
Taken away by Sano. Good push on Pedraza, but Horacio holds at the blue line again. He's done that several times here in this first period, keeping the play alive in the offensive end for the team in white, yellow, and blue. Taken away here by Anthony Ramirez, and he'll clear the ice. With a minute and a half left on the power play. Down to $1:50 to go in the first period here in Irvine. All Wolverines here in the opening period. Brooks sends one in up over the net. Tanner caught it, but being hassled by Sano. Pedraza tries to glove it down. Got Tanner to help. Laid loose near the goal line. What a pass over to Pedraza, but his shot goes right off of the defender in front, Miata. Bounces over into the far corner. Duran. He's got some room to shoot. He'll let it ride. Penalty coming up as that one goes off a defender in Sano. Back behind the goaltender. It's a cross check. And I think they're going to get the Wolverines here. And Tanner's going to go sit down. So we're 4-on-4 for 3/4 of a minute. that explains why the whistle blew with no possession on the shot. We'll bring it back back down the other way. With 69 seconds left in this first period, it's the second penalty against the Wolverines. First against Tanner. Comes at 15:51. Off the draw, it's Noyes here for Inland Empire. A little bit extra space out there here in this 4-on-4. Lancers get to it. Here's Hoven. He's bumped by Dryman as it comes along the wall here to the near side. This is John Ruggiero. This pass high, but no problem for Flanders, who gloves it down to himself, but he's in between a triangle of Lancers. Gets a shot away, and Salvatierra turns it aside. That is the 18th shot on goal for the Wolverines here in this first period.
It's a lot of shots on a goaltender in one period, Eric.
Yeah. They've certainly had their chances.
You'll hear this one from me before. Those are John Gibson numbers.
They really are.
But not tonight.
Not tonight. No, Ducks outshot the Knights 29-22. Unfortunately, 4 of them got by their netminder. 5 seconds left on the Yim penalty, and then it'll be a power play for Bishop Amat for the first time tonight. A team that also comes into the game having scored only twice on the power play. Flanders with a quarter of a minute to go, flips it through traffic, Andrade knocks it down, and we're going to have a whistle here for an injured player behind the play. I don't see any arms up, so I don't think there's going to be a penalty, but they're going to give Hoven a moment. Wyatt Dryman goes over to make sure he's okay. Hoven wants a call, and the linesman looks at him and says, "That's not my job." You got to go talk to the referees about that one.
He's trying to sell it, but I don't think it's going to work.
And with him being the reason for the whistle, and thankfully he skates off to the bench, no problem. They'll drop the puck in his own defensive zone with 13.3 to go in the opening frame. Face-off win for the Lancers, and Yim plays it back behind the net for Miata. Now Sasamian. His clear attempt hit a Wolverine and then bounced over to Ruggiero with 2 seconds left. It's not going to get a shot off, and the period will come to a close. Amat's going to have 51 seconds left of power play time when we start the second, but they're trailing by 4. It's Wolverines 4, Lancers nothing after 1. You're watching the Anaheim Ducks High School Hockey League on CIH Media.
You'll get the edge when you do business with Pip Printing and Marketing Services in Santa Fe Springs. With products that vary from as small as a business card to as large as a roadside sign, Pip has the printing technology to get the job done for you. Make your brand more recognizable in any space and any place with Pip Printing in Santa Fe Springs. Mention the Anaheim Ducks High School Hockey League for 10% off your first purchase. Visit pip200.com or call 562-921-5188 today. That's pip200.com or call 562-921-5188 today.
And welcome back to the Anaheim Ducks High School Hockey League here on CIH Media. Inland Empire leads Bishop Amat 4-0 here in this Varsity Division III contest. I'm Eric Pesolano. That's Doug Peacock. We have a sec-tuple header coming up for you tomorrow here on the network. That's your $1 million word of the day. We'll start things off at noon as West Ranch takes on El Segundo in the LA Kings High School Hockey League. Brian Flores has the call for you from the Toyota Sports Performance Center in El Segundo. Beach Cities takes on Orange Lutheran in a D2 matchup here in the ADHSHL 4:10. I'll be here along with Doug Peacock for that one. Poway and Corona Norco, Division III game at 4:10. That'll be Chuck Lasik bringing you the action, and then he'll have the Poway Corona Norco JV game right after that at 5:50. Doug and I have Central Cathedral and Orange Lutheran at D3 at 6:20. And our nightcap back in the LA Kings High School Hockey League, Burbank takes on Ventura County at 7:15. That game's on CIH3. Caleb Tessitore will have that game, and I have to give a huge shout out to Caleb's mom, Linda, Tessitore, who will be making the trip up to the Isoplex in Simi Valley to operate the camera for him in that game.
I think she just wants to know where he spends all of his time at, because he's always there. Make sure it's an actual ice rink, not a bar.
The lengths that us and our families go through to bring you the action here on the network. Let me tell you, as Salvatierra makes a save here in the first 35 seconds of period 2.
Caleb's ex-girlfriend, Maddie,
no.
She was a cameraman a few times, too.
Yeah, airing the kids' dirty laundry on the air.
Yes. I liked her, What can I say?
Oh. Moving on.
She was too good for him.
Moving on. 15 seconds left on the Amat power play, but the Wolverines doing a good job shorthanded here, just keeping it down to our right on the south end of the ice. And they might look for a scoring opportunity here with Gallardo in front. Pedraza has it. He's got a hat trick. He had a natural one in that first period. Calvin Ruggiero capped off the period with a goal of his own, his 22nd of the year. He scored in every game this year. Tanner out of the box. We're back to 5-on-5. Shots in the first period were 18-2 in favor of the Wolverines. And they got the first one here in the second. Ezekiel Landis skates out of his own zone and tries to play it up ahead to Gavin Barone. A little bit out of his reach. Rotorosio gets there first. Now here's Duran. As the Wolverines try to get it out. Lancers hold it in. Landis battling with Duran. Duran goes down. No call here. Picked up by the Wolverines, though, and they'll move it up. Gallardo tried to tip it to himself, but ended up pushing it to Andrade. And the Lancers will complete their change as Ho and Andrade go off. Along the near wall, Gallardo racing for it. Justin Yim catches up. Big shoulder-to-shoulder collision in the corner. All clean there for Yim. Remember, he's sitting on 2 penalties. He's halfway to disqualification. He's got to be careful, and he was there. Calvin Ruggiero flips it up into the end wall, and Yim is there to pick it up for the Lancers, who are the designated home team tonight, wearing their all-blue uniforms with the gold and white stripe around the torso. Blue helmets, blue pants.
Very Charleston Chiefs-looking colors.
Hey, there you go. Brooks backside with a shot. Salvatierra save. Couldn't get the rebound. Another loose puck pushed on net by John Ruggiero, and another save by Salvatierra. He holds on to that one. And he's 3 for 3 in the save department here tonight.
Yeah, it looks like the face-off's going to draw is going to come outside of the Amat zone. Ruggiero that was out, he'll go to the bench. Continued his streak of goals.
And Dryman pushes the face-off deeper into the Lancer zone, but Miata is the first one there to pick it up here for Amat. Send it across. There's a save by McDonald. Hasn't had to do much here tonight. That's just his 3rd save of the game and first here in the second period. John Ruggiero will take it himself. He gets around Rosenberg. And Miata will skate it back behind the net. Joyce keeps an eye on him on the far side with Rausch moving in. But Ruggiero held it all the way through the zone. Well, he made one full circle. Noise fighting off 2 Lancers, gets it away, backside, Tanner had it knocked away by Miata just before he could let it go.
Wolverines doing a great job of passing, keeping the puck away from the Lancers, letting the puck do the work. That's how you work the offensive zone.
Been real good with possession tonight, not dropping a whole lot of passes and keeping pucks in zones. Yeah. They work it to the point, stepping in, Noise shoots, he scores! Kyle Noyes through traffic. It had eyes, and it's 5-0 Wolverines.
Yeah, number 45 for Bishop Armand took a shot in the shoulder and a nice wrist shot, and he was wincing, and I don't think he was at full capacity the rest of that shift when that goal was scored. He's still wincing a little bit as he heads to the bench now. hit him probably right below where the shoulder pads, like in his above the elbow area.
Well, they gave the goal to Rotorosio, but that was clearly Kyle Noyes who sent that one toward the net. Let's see if they change that. The assists go to Tanner and John Ruggiero at 3:45. And the 5th goal of the year for Noyes is the 5th goal of the night for Inland Empire United. So a bit of a different scenario playing out here tonight than a few weeks ago when these two teams met. It was tight the whole way through. This Inland Empire team, who has outscored their opponents 36-8 during their 6-game win streak, continues to pour it on here in October. Ruggiero, one move to the backhand, he scores!
Beautiful goal. Had a defenseman right with him, but his hands just outworked him.
And again, flips that backhander right up over the glove of Salvatierra. And at 4:54, it's the 23rd of the year for Calvin Ruggiero, and it is his 8th multi-goal game of the season. Whipped around the wall by Duran. The Wolverines have scored on each of their last 2 shots on goal.
Well, that last goal, Ruggiero just walked right in on the goaltender with the defenseman with him. Just simply just dangled the puck, and what a backhander move.
Another loose one in front, and Brooks didn't get all of it, but enough of it to push it on target. Another save for Salvatierra. He stopped 4 of 6.
It's one thing, Eric, when you just you take a slap shot or something, or long wrist shot at the goaltender, and he can see it, and it just gets past him because he misplays it. But they're scoring from shots. They're scoring from up front close. They're just getting in on the goaltender alone, including that breakaway that Ruggiero had for his first goal.
Well, you look at it, out of the 6 goals they've scored tonight, that Noyes goal from, just atop the 2 face-off circles is the furthest away they've scored from tonight. Everything else has been right around the crease.
Right, and that's, the defenseman got to pick them up, but you got to be careful. You can't take a penalty. You can't hold them. You can't, cross-check them. You've got to get in there and take the puck away from them.
And they did a good job, Amat did, of clogging that middle in the first few minutes.
Yep.
Of that first period, right? That first goal came a minute in, but it was a backside rebound. After that, they settled down in the middle, but then just too much. Inland Empire from then on out. Duran from distance. That's off the skate of Tanner, who takes a shot as Sano was skating through traffic. Duran whips it to Rotorosio on the far side. He'll take a shot blocked by Sano, and then Duran can't handle it. And Sano pushes down Duran on the way to the puck. I'm shocked that was not an interference call, to be honest with you. Didn't seem to be a real attempt to play the puck there. And now here comes Calvin Ruggiero, weaving his way, and he wanted to go to Dryman backside. I don't think he realized why it kind of went off of his line. They'll flip it around to Brooks in front. Noyes shot, and we've got a whistle way behind the play. It's a high stick, and it might go against Inland Empire here. They were in possession when the whistle blew, and it's Dryman who's going to get the call. And a power play coming up to Bishop Amat with 10 minutes left here in the middle period. Wolverines up 6-0.
So we'll get to see a full Amat power play. They had a partial one coming out of the first period into the second. So see if they can break that goose egg up on the board. Take advantage of a man short. Of course, Ruggiero is out there. Doesn't have a shorthanded goal tonight.
The 3rd penalty. Now each team has 3 in the books against the Wolverines. John Ruggiero trying to pull it away. It's played by Rosenberg here near side. The Lancers try to get something going offensively, but it's chopped out, and Yim picks it up with Calvin Ruggiero keeping an eye on him. He'll skate into the zone as he's encouraged by his Lancer faithful, and he gets roughed into the boards, draws the call. And it's going to be a 5-on-3 as Calvin Ruggiero is going to go off for roughing.
Well, that could be a double plus for Amat. Not only are they going to have a two-man advantage, but they've got Calvin Ruggiero now off the ice for about 2 minutes.
I was hearing somebody, when Justin Yim got the puck, start yelling down to the ice, turn and go, giving clear instructions. I think that's his brother Adam, who's one of the goaltenders here on this Bishop Amat team, not playing here tonight, but standing up at the top here, encouraging Justin to make the right move, and he did there and drew a call. How about that?
Yeah.
So a 5-on-3 here for the Lancers, down 6. As the clock starts to move toward the halfway point.
They have to be real careful not to take a penalty themselves. So hopefully the Wolverines aren't going to try to draw them. Now, what are we doing here? Okay.
We're ready to go.
All right.
Lancers win the draw. Lima didn't see it coming in from Miata, and it's whipped around, rides the rail, and there's really no chance for Andrade to stop that one. That had some heat on it. So Pedraza is out there for the Wolverines, along with Noyes and John Ruggiero. And it's flipped up, and Noyes keeps it deep. Miata, Susamian, Andrade, Lima, and Ramirez out there for the Lancers.
A little more jump in the step of the Wolverines, while being 2 men short, doing a good job with a forecheck there.
Miata, the lefty, and he whipped it wide. Ramirez trying to reach for a redirect, couldn't get to it. Here's Andrade. The Wolverines are sending 2 players up top at the puck carrier, just forcing them to make an errant pass like they do right there. As Swyk was able to force them to send it all the way down. 30 seconds to go on the 5-on-3. They'll have another 30 seconds of 5-on-4 time as soon as Dryman comes out of the box. Lima, that's offside.
The Amat faithful giving a few words of encouragement.
It almost feels like they know who the linesman is. Ryan Sanchez is just getting it from the Lancer crowd over here. And all he can do is give just a little smirk and drop the puck.
Yeah.
A couple seconds left. That'll do it for the Dryman penalty. It's back to 5-on-4. For Amat, who has yet to put a shot on goal during this power play. Hoven trying to change that here. With Eric Collender on top of him, Rosenberg gets it away. Hoven shoots and a save, and a rebound came right back to him, and it's turned away by McDonald again. He didn't even move. Handled them both cleanly. Yim over to Sano. Ruggiero getting ready to return. They find Yim. He has to catch it backhanded. Now he'll get a shot away, and it's turned aside by McDonald. So 2 shots on the power play, both of which came 5 against 4 after they had that 5-on-3. And now Calvin Ruggiero, who'd been sitting down, warming up for the last 2 minutes. Or at least he thought he was before he lost that one and tried to skate through everybody. Roush sends it ahead past Hoven. No ice here. We're under 7 minutes to play in this middle period. Long outlet. Ruggiero settles it down. Surveys the ice. Here's Joyce. He tries to weave his way out of his defensive end. It goes off of Ramirez's skate into the near half wall as Duran sent it ahead. We have another penalty here. Both referees' arms went up, so a clear trip in the corner. They get Rotoraccio here. They get both players
Yep,
here?
both players are going
both
off.
Going to go. So Lima for a high stick, Roderasio for a rough.
The life of a referee.
So they'll drop the puck where the infractions occurred since it's one each way. And we'll stay 5-on-5 here. Lima and Roderasio will be able to return at the first whistle after the next 2 minutes. This is icing. As the Wolverines send it all the way down the ice. Oh, the puck, though, was wobbling and didn't make it to the goal line. You don't see that happen often in the second period.
Third period when it starts getting hung up on the snow, but
yeah. Rosenberg underneath, looking for Ramirez. That got caught up in a body. Oh, but then turned over in front. Ramirez can't get the shot away. Nothing but white sweaters around him. Rosenberg working hard to keep it in here for Bishop Amat. He gets bumped down by Noyes. Here's Jean Ruggiero. He'll whip it off the wall, and that goes by everybody. That should be icing. Or are they going to say Tanner touched it? He did not. Icing call. 5:39 to go here in period 2. We're going to do something new tomorrow, Doug. Right around 1 o'clock here on the network on CIH1. It's the first ever ADHSHL pregame show.
Ooh.
Join me, Chuck Lasik. We're going to get you set for all the games tomorrow here on CIH Media and talk about some of the other games going on in the ADHSHL as well. The ADHSHL pregame, 1 p.m. tomorrow here on CIH1.
Sounds good.
We've had a lot of earlier games in the day recently, and now we've got a little bit of a time gap, and we thought, hey, let's try something new. Give the fans at home something to get them ready for all the games coming up on the last Saturday in October. Collender going to track this down in his own end. Sano staying right on top of him, but he got it off to Liu, who sends it the length of the ice, and that's going to go for icing. 4:56 left in the middle period.
Are you guys going to do it on the press box on Rink 4, 5 Point Arena?
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
And this is how organized we are.
Uh-oh.
We haven't decided yet. It'll be a surprise.
Okay.
Tune in. Where in the world are Eric and Chuck for the pregame show tomorrow?
What rink will they be on? Will they be in a rink?
Will they? We don't know. Could be hanging out at my tailgate.
That's right.
We have no internet out there. Who am I kidding?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, big hit on the puck there as Yim took down Swag.
Very clean hit.
Yep.
Yim just pretty much stood there.
He's trying to play it up and out to Pedraza. He gets run over by Yim, but that one's going to draw a call. He might have come up a little high on that one. They're going to call him for charging, and that's, like you said, Doug, earlier, that's a 2 plus 10. That's 4 penalties. That might be it for Justin Yim here.
And I believe he did call 2 and a 10. And I think Yim knows it.
.12:29, the time of the penalty here.
And
Yim called for charging.
Here comes another player over to the box. So Yim would be, that's penalty number 4. I don't know if they, I think Yim knows he's got 4, but he's standing in the box. But here we go. Wait a minute.
Yeah, they're calling Katana over to the box.
Yep. No, I think.
Scorekeeper chatting with Art Catano here. Yeah, and Ryan Sanchez is letting him know that that's 4.
That'll be doing it. So that's not going to help Amat's evening with Yim gone now for the remainder of the game. And also for the next game, Eric, if I'm not right, he'll also get a game suspension. So effectively it's a game and a half, pretty much.
So the Wolverines will a face-off win here back on the power play, and the shot goes wide of the net. Duran sends it around the wall to the near side. To Samian, a little
nice clear
blind backhand off the glass to send it all the way down. Yeah. A little nifty there, too. Looked pretty smooth.
Yep.
Pulled that off. Calvin Ruggiero keeping an eye on Ramirez, who's standing atop his crease. They'll reset here with Noyes. They have a big lead. They're not in a terrible hurry here. And now Noyes turns on the afterburners. He's got a goal himself. He's looking for a second. There's a save by Salvatierra. So he's stopped 6 of 8 now here in the second period. To the point, here's Duran. He'll send it around the wall. Miata battling with Ruggiero. He lifts the stick to take it away, and he gets hit by Sano. Swipe comes in to help. Now Miata has control as it comes along the near wall. Gallardo goes to the backhand, kicked away by Sano, the defender in front. And then we got a trip in front. They're going to get Ruggiero here for tripping. And he's going to go sit down for another 2 minutes. That's his second penalty.
So penalties starting to stack up on both sides. And then Lima comes out of the box, the 2-minute coincidentals. So another thing you have to watch out here is a tripping call there, is that the coaches can only get 12 penalties, correct, Eric? And if there's more than 12 penalties on their team, or if they get 12 penalties, I should say, the coach will be suspended for the next game. So, and we're still got a third period after 3 minutes and 12 seconds of this one to go.
Yeah. Well, right now, Bishop Amat would need to at least get 2 goals to avoid run time to begin that third period. So some work to do for them. They'll have a power play here in about 20 seconds. Joyce in his own end, and then we're going to get a penalty here against Inland Empire United, and actually it might benefit Amat to hold on to it until Yim's penalty is expired. Now Yim is obviously not in the game anymore. Barone will come out of the box. And Hoven sends it toward the net. Oh, it's loose in front, touched by the Wolverines. They're going to blow the whistle, and it'll be a 5-on-3 here for a minute 5.
And that was a shame for Amat because the puck had just scored it out, and there was a player right there who had a chance to put it in. Just things aren't going their way tonight.
I haven't seen the official make the call. Penalties at 14:37.
So this will be another 5-on-3.
Yeah, it'll be their
opportunity.
Second one tonight.
For a minute 5. Plenty of time left in the period, too. 2:23 to go here in the period.
Lima and Dryman will take the draw. Dryman skating around. Oh, they went. Oh, was this a 2 and a 10?
Maybe. So
they went and got Brooks off the bench and stuck him in the box. Yeah, they called it boarding on Tanner. This one squirts out of the face-off circle and goes right to McDonald, who'll cover it up. Liu lost control of it. Stepping into one is Andrade, but putting his body in front was Collender, and he blocked it down. Dryman tipped away by Joyce. Down to the final 2 minutes of period 2. 5-on-3 here for Amat, trying to get on the board for the first time tonight. They haven't scored more than 2 goals in a game yet this season, as they still are in search of their first win. The Wolverines clear this one all the way down the ice. Of course, this Inland Empire team made it all the way to the semifinals last year in D3. Servite ended up winning the whole dang thing. Commissioner's Cup, they've moved up to Division II since then, as has Carlsbad United, who was the runner-up in that Commissioner's Cup final last year. Here's Collender, and this plays offside.
That was a great final, Eric. That was a very good final.
Yeah, low-scoring game.
It was the last one of the night, the last of the
right.
3 championship nights, or the 3 championship varsity night games. Servite brought a huge cheering section, and they were just a blast to be part of that game.
Friars were the first team ever to win the Commissioner's Cup in 2 straight years. Well, I should say 2 straight seasons. They
True.
They won at the conclusion of the 2019-2020 season, and it was the COVID year. And they didn't give out the trophies then. Came back, and last year, 21-22. Came back and won it again. They were the 9 seed back in 2020, going into the playoffs.
And that one.
Last year, they were number 1.
That puck just got knocked out of the ballpark.
Yeah, went right up off one of those support beams. 46 seconds to go, and just 24 seconds left on Tanner's penalty here. It's a shot through traffic. Good stick by Ruggiero, but then a loose puck pushed toward McDonald by Rosenberg, and Carson has no problem with it. He's stopped all 6 he's faced here in this second period. He's 8 for 8 on the night.
Still Amat on a 5-on-4 power play for another 11 seconds.
Ruggiero off the draw, trying to skate it himself between 2 Lancer defenders. Instead, here's Ruggiero. 20 to go in the period. Nice swipe by Rosenberg to knock it away. And that was a hand pass.
Hand pass, yep.
Yeah.
That was textbook.
Drop it just outside of the Wolverine zone with 14.5 to go. We are 5-on-5 on the ice. 8 penalties for the Wolverines, 6 for Bishop Amat. Gallardo sends it in front, and it's sticked away by Salvatierra. And there's the buzzer for the second period. So the Wolverines add 2 more in that middle frame. They lead at 6-0 after 2. We'll be back with the third period. You're watching the Anaheim Ducks High School Hockey League on CIH Media.
You'll get the edge when you do business with Pip Printing and Marketing Services in Santa Fe Springs. With products that vary from as small as a business card to as large as a roadside sign, Pip has the printing technology to get the job done for you. Make your brand more recognizable in any space and any place with Pip Printing in Santa Fe Springs. Mention the Anaheim Ducks High School Hockey League for 10% off your first purchase. Visit pip200.com or call 562-921-5188 today. That's pip200.com or call 562-921-5188 today.
To the third period we go here in Irvine. It's Inland Empire United 6, Bishop Amat nothing. As you're watching the ADHSHL on CIH Media, I'm Eric Pesolano. That's Doug Peacock. It's been all Wolverines here tonight, 4 in the first, 2 in the second. And the first 3 from Aiden Pedraza. Natural hat trick to begin this one. Of course, the goal differential on the board is 5 or more here to start the third, so that clock will not stop unless somebody calls a timeout or the referees need to take time. Both teams do have their timeout.
We have a little conference going down here with Vice Commissioner Vicky Egger.
I get the feeling they're having a chat about what you were talking about. The fans up here who are being a little more boisterous than normal.
Kind of being like me at the Ducks game the other night.
You were a lot more polite.
I was very polite. I wasn't yelling at the refs either.
Yeah, you were very upset, but you were.
Yeah.
Gallardo gets it free, shoots, rebound, scored. Brooks puts it in. 14 seconds into the period off the rebound. And that's his first of the game to make it 7-0. For Brooks, that's his first goal of the year, 7th point. He's been helping everybody out. Finally takes care of business for himself. Said, I'm doing it on my own this time. Pedraza gets the helper. And they'll give one to Landon Gallardo as well. A 3-point night for Gallardo. Out here, they come right back at you. There's a save. We got a penalty coming up here against Bishop Amat as Carson McDonald heads to the bench. Extra attacker on here for the Wolverines. They get it deep to Dryman, who wanted to go into the middle, and now Ramirez will touch up. And we will get a call as the clock continues to roll here. It's an interference call against Jason Andrade, who looks completely befuddled.
So the Wolverines with a chance to get 8.
Time of the penalty is officially 2:09 of the third. The penalties when there's run time do not begin until the puck is dropped. So if they put the time up there, it's just going to keep ticking.
The cross check in the front, I think we're going to lose another Lancer.
Yeah, they're going to get Sano. And it's touched up here by the Lancers, and he went 2 arms across. Now it's not going to be a terribly long 5-on-3 here for Inland Empire United because the clock is continuing to run in between whistles here. It's the first against Sano. It'll be power play number 5 for the Wolverines. And officially it will be at 3:14.
It's very difficult to be the scorekeeper on runtime to do the penalties because you have to go.
Yeah,
you know.
Exactly.
Some of the old boxes don't work that fast.
No, exactly. Yeah, good point. Liu sends it underneath. Dryman has it. Swing it across for Collender. One-timer for Ruggiero.
Nice save.
One blockered aside.
Nice save there.
By Salvatierra. He stopped 3 of 4 here in the third. Rodoracio. Excuse me, that was Flanders, rather, who was looking up top. Intercepted by Hoven and cleared. McDonald way out of the crease. to his right to settle it down with 13 minutes to play here in regulation. And all Inland Empire United tonight. Inland flipped up by Ruggiero up over top, looking for his third of the evening.
Lancers get one player back.
Save there by Salvatierra again. And the draw will come to his right, and a lot more time going to tick on. Hey, that's one way to kill a penalty.
That's right. Slow changes.
Take forever to jump into the circle at that time runoff. Lancers win the draw. Wolverines step in to take it away, and it comes up top to John Ruggiero. Outside shot goes wide by Noyes. Ruggiero. That one launched by Noyes right off the shoulder of Salvatierra. Stopped 4 in a row. Ruggiero, he shoots, hits the outside of the post. That was John Ruggiero.
They've had at least a half a dozen of those tonight.
Yeah. Out of the box comes Sano. Penalty is over. Just try to push ahead, and the shot comes in, but wide of the net for Lima. Easily settled down by McDonald. Here's Pedraza, who really has been the story of the game offensively. His 3 goals to start things in the first period really jump-started the Wolverine offensive night. Swyke moving in, and he backhands one. And that one deflects up and out of play. Again, 6 games for you tomorrow on CIH Media. We'll start in the LA Kings High School Hockey League at noon. 2 games for you at 4:10, then a game at 5:50, then 6:20. We'll cap things off at 7:15. Go to CIH-media.com/upcoming-schedule.
Well, Eric, being a Michigan fan of the Michigan Wolverines, and the Battle of Michigan is tomorrow against the Spartans, I'm hoping this is a good sign for me tonight with the Wolverines winning. I wasn't rooting for any side, but, you know.
Just saying.
Just saying. I will be rooting for Big Blue tomorrow.
As you normally do.
Yes.
Every Saturday in the fall. Look out here, Hovind trying to take this pass, but Calvin Ruggiero lifted the stick at the moment of truth. That caroms its way out to center. Miata. Little back check there by Dryman. Duran eventually comes away with it as we go under 10 minutes to go here in this third period. Wolverines up 7-0 here tonight. What is the final matchup of the year between these two teams? Here comes Brooks to the backhand. A nice kick save. Salvatierra stayed home.
He stared it down and held on. Good save there.
Yeah, he did. Pushed off with the right leg and was able to keep that one out. Nicely done. Taking a look ahead for these two teams. Next up for Bishop Amat. They're right back at it tomorrow against Placentia Yorba Linda, 8:15 p.m. over at Westminster Ice. For Inland Empire United, they'll have the rest of the weekend off. They'll be back at it next Saturday against Irvine United. That game at 4:10 p.m. over on Rink 2 here in Irvine.
Westminster, a cozy rink.
Yeah, that's one way to describe it. Just one sheet. You walk in the building, it's right there.
You can't claim you couldn't find the ice there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ruggiero in his own end, circling around. He'll hold on to it this whole time.
You know, he's still looking for that hat trick, Eric.
He really is. He can't let Pedraza outdo him. He just carries it all the way through the zone, up and around. Eventually comes out of the zone. No other Wolverine had a hat trick before tonight. Ruggiero had the 3. Now Pedraza has one here tonight. Gallardo is going to launch one toward the net. Pad save Salvatierra. He stopped 6 in a row since the Wolverine goal early in the third. Madraza settling it down through traffic. Hits a skate, gets it back. Settles it down, weaves around, Gardo in front. Oh, and then Collender came in and launched it high. Actually may hit a body in front. Up top, this is Gallardo. We've got
delayed penalty.
Yeah, penalty coming up here against Bishop Amat. As McDonald was racing to the bench for an extra attacker.
Tanner now out of the box from his 10 minutes.
They'll get Joyce here for the call. They'll drop it at center here. The official discussed the call with the
we're getting something else. We're getting another Armont player joining him in the box. So was that a 2 and a 10?
It appears that may be the case.
So I'll do a little Jerry Lewis there in a second and ask you what that new tally of Bishop Armont penalties is. Keep an eye on those team totals.
Well, they still haven't added it into the live score sheet yet. Oh, there it goes. That's a check from behind on Joyce, which, of course, carries a 2 and a 10.
And that gives them a total of
10 penalties.
Okay.
They got to be careful because a 2 and a 10 here is.
You got 12.
You got 12, and that'll give Dave Peters their next game off. Which,
nice.
Again, is tomorrow.
Nice save there by number 13 for the Lancers, making a block with his shaft of his stick there.
Yeah, that was Sano. Here's Noise moving in, and he just fires it by everybody.
And that'll be number 8 for the Wolverines.
That's the second goal of the night for Noise. It's a power play goal.
Roush will come out of the box.
Well, 5 minutes and counting. It's 8-0 Wolverines. And they just don't stop scoring, this team. They've got 8 tonight. They had 7 against Placentia Yorba-Linda 6 days ago. 7 days ago had 11 against Central Cathedral. They shut out Irvine 4-0 2 weeks before that, or a week before that.
Definitely one of the favorites here in Division III varsity.
Yeah. Salvatierra with another save. They were held to 1 goal once. That was against Damien. Their only loss this season. It was 4-1. Other than that, since that game, they put up 6, the 3 against Amat the first time, 5, 4, 11, 7, and now 8. So if you tally that all up in their last 7 games, they're outscoring their opponent 44-8.
So I think the puck go out of play.
3 3/4 minutes to go here tonight from Irvine. Don't forget to join us 1 o'clock tomorrow for the ADHSHL pregame on CIH1. Myself, Chuck Lasik, going to bring you through all the happenings in the league, get you set for the games tomorrow. Shot through traffic. Salvatierra there to make a stop. He's had a pretty good period. He's stopped 9 of 11. Stopped 14 of 18 in that first frame. He's got 30 saves here tonight. He's had a lot to deal with. That one off the stick of Barone in front after Collender let it go. Comes back up to the point. He gets it back. He'll look to shoot. That one comes up high on Salvatierra, who makes the save. Miata sending it up ahead, trying to get it to Roush. But Calvin Ruggiero took it back, weaving his way everybody in a blue jersey and flips it up high.
And then gets his own rebound from getting high, flipping it up high there.
Brooks to Gallardo, his shot blocked. Liu will send it just wide. Ruggiero.
I was thinking he was thinking a little Michigan play there, perhaps, now known as the Zegras or the Z here.
Thought about it. Looked more like he was just trying to backhand one home, but you could tell he thought about it.
It crossed his mind. That might have started a riot, so maybe smart young man there.
Lima.
Oh,
that
nice shot.
Right off the blocker of McDonald, but Lima had a good look at it. That's the first shot of the period for Amat. McDonald turned it away. Gallardo racing against Miata. He got a piece of it. It chips just wide. Miata. Good battle with Flanders there to take it away. Up the wall, Noyes holds it in. Back to Miata it goes. A buck and a quarter left in this one. Flanders in front. He scores with 1:13 to play. And he's got his first goal of the night. Broken play in front, was able to roof it. It's his third goal of the year and 7th point. And it's a 9-0 Inland Empire United lead. They've got 45 goals in their last 7 games. My goodness. Noyes is going to get the assist. It's his third point of the night after scoring 2 goals himself, as this is called offside with 35 to go.
So perhaps Bishop Vermont has a few notes to work on for their next rematch against these Wolverines, probably later in the season. So a learning experience is what you can take. Everything can be a positive. Find some moments tonight to look at this one and say, okay, let's see what we can do different. This is what we did in the first game.
That's going to do it. Salvatierra gets one more stop as time expires, and it's a big win here for the Wolverines tonight. They come down to Irvine and take care of the Lancers by a final count of 9-0. We're going to come back, wrap things up, give it the 3 stars. Wolverines win big out here on the road tonight in Irvine. You've been watching the Anaheim Ducks High School Hockey League on CIH Media. Welcome back to the Anaheim Ducks High School Hockey League here on CIH Media. 9-0 is the final score. Wolverines win it. Let's get you the finals statistics in this one. Shots on goal by period for Inland Empire, 18, 9, and 14 for a total of 41. Amat went 2, 6, and 1 for a total of 9. The goals by period for the Wolverines, 4, 2, and 3. Amat shut out on this evening. They went 0 for 5 on the power play. Wolverines went 2 for 5 on the man advantage. We'll get you our 3 stars of the game. Got to give an honorable mention in there to Alex Salvatierra, the goaltender for Bishop Amat. Hung tough in there, faced 41 shots, turned away 32 of them. He was getting peppered all night long. He did the best he could. He's an honorable mention. Our 3rd star of the game is going to go to Landon Gallardo, 3-assist night for him. He was setting up his teammates left and right, including 2 of the first 3 goals, and then got one early on in the third period. He's our third star of the game. Number 2 star of the game, a guy who's used to being the first star of the game, but not tonight. It's Calvin Ruggiero, who scored twice for his team, upping his season total of 23 goals, more than anybody else in the ADHSHL that's only played for one single team. He's done it all in 10 games, folks. He's our number 2 star of the game. Number 1 star of the game, it was a natural hat trick to begin the night. Aiden Pedraza, who gets 3 goals on the board, picked up an assist as well. He's your number 1 star. Added a power play goal in there also. So congratulations, Aiden Pedraza, for being our number 1 star here on CIH Media. Again, tomorrow we kick things off at noon with the LA Kings High School Hockey League, and then at 1 p.m. we're going to have the ADHSHL pregame for you. So stick around for that. Myself, Chuck Lacey, will get you ready for the day's action in the Anaheim Ducks High School Hockey League. Special thanks, as always, to the Commissioner, Matt Blanchard, our Deputy Commissioner, Vicky Egger, and to Art Trottier, Vice President of the Rinks. For my partner, Doug Peacock, my name is Eric Pestalano, saying so long from Great Park Ice in Irvine, where Inland Empire improves to 9-1 on the season as they win at 9-0 over Bishop Amat, who drops to 0-6. You've been watching the Anaheim Ducks High School Hockey League on CIH Media. We'll talk to you tomorrow, everybody. Bye-bye.